And we're back at Cobo Arena. We get a shot of the Rockers Championship banner from last season.
What a great year it was when they beat these same Canton Invaders in the final.
And as we're back at Cobo, today's game is brought to you in part by Jerome Duncan Ford, located on Van Dyke at 17.5 Mile Road in Sterling Heights. We want only one kind of customer, satisfied. Jerome Duncan Ford. And to get the second quarter underway, the Rockers' silver line of Jay White, Tom Yisserov, Billy Ronson, Eloy Salgado and Bron Pfeiffer. That goes back to the first couple of the seasons where Rockers coach Brian Tinian played with two set lines, one he called the black line and one the silver line.
A lot of hand clapping and high-fiving and that on the Rockers bench during the timeout as Bron chases one into the corner.
Can't quite get to it. Keenan Michael brings it away. There we see the first quarter scoring. Jay White with the first goal at 2:49. Eloy Salgado with the second at 3:16. And Salgado again with his second of the afternoon at 7:03. That's built the Rockers a 6-0 lead by the 7:03 mark of the first quarter. Isserov and Kenny Pryor battling there, in on the boards. John Dugan, he's a big lad. Big John got the Rockers got the Canton, 2-point goal to put them on the board. Tommy Isserov, far side now to Jay White as we catch the remaining goals. The Invaders scored their only goal, a 2-pointer from John Dugan at 12:42, and then Sean Bowers rounded out the scoring at 13:33 with a power play goal, a 1-pointer. That was a tough challenge there, and that one also is going to be a delayed penalty. Steve Olsen points at Tommy Isserov as soon as the Rockers gain possession. We'll see Tommy Isserov, tough challenge on Dick McCormick. Isserov will make his way to the penalty box. And the Canton Invaders are without their shootout specialist. We mentioned at the top of the show that Kia was not in uniform. Kia, as well as being the Canton Invaders shootout specialist, is really the shootout specialist in the league. 13 successful attempts out of 17. That really is quite an amazing statistic.
Kia, a nice quick little player with great touch. Loves to score goals.
Well, his role is going to be taken by Gino DiFlorio. Again, 5 seconds in which to score the goal. 1-on-1 versus the goalkeeper. DiFlorio against Finnerty. And there it is. Waist high, past Brian Finnerty's left hand. Gino DiFlorio scores the 1-point goal, and that narrows the gap to 4 points. 13:37 on the clock. You see the replay. Just knocks the ball, gives himself a little bit of an angle, and then with the left foot fires the ball in. Just under shoulder height really, past Brian Finnerty's left-hand side. Invaders will stay on the power play with Isserov in the box, and the Rockers will counter with Prescott, White, Bowers and Chapman. But Chapman will probably make his way towards the box to get an extra defender on when Canton get control. And that's exactly what happens as Pfeiffer joins the fray now. Invaders on the power play. Casamani, quarterback in this power play, looks out wide there to Dugan, across to this side to DiNunzio. DiNunzio plays the ball in there, cut out very well by Prescott and cleared as far as the Canton defensive zone by Bron Pfeiffer. Casamani, Dugan on the far side, back into Casamani. Canton probing for an opening here. Back to Dugan. DiNunzio with a bit of space now, but Bowers covering a lot of ground there. A tremendous asset he is to the Detroit Rockers.
Sean Bowers came in as a rookie last year. Coach Brian Tinian is Andy Chapman on a break here, coming out of the box.
Chapman can't hold on to it. Then we see the first quarter statistics. Shots on goal, Detroit 11, Canton 10. Fairly close in that respect, but a 7-2 scoreline in favour of the Rockers. Now just over 30 seconds left in the Canton power play. Looking for that 1-point goal. Casamani. Dugan again. Cross all the way to DiNunzio, and he's got some space in front of him. Good shot there. Looking for either the goal or an opportunity for a deflection out in front. Back across to DiNunzio. Plays the ball off the boards. White comes up with Bowles, and he'll try to take on Casamani. Casamani just blocks the route there along the boards. Plays the ball across to Dugan, and that effectively does it for the Canton power play. The Rockers have successfully killed the penalty. Finnerty gets a piece of that one in timely fashion. Pfeiffer doing an excellent job there, and Prescott, as ever, mopping things up. Isarov, who stayed forward, looking for the outlet throw from Finnerty. Jay White there, using his body very well there. Unfortunately, that one's cut out. Tim Ernst on, first time this afternoon. Still troubled with an assortment of injuries. Broken wrist, problem with his right knee, and that one's tucked inside from Salgado to Ronson. Jay White in front there. Ronson just can't get that one on target. Jay White, good tackle there. That one's across to Salgado. He sees Ronson there on the far side. Ronson, good stop from Arlaski. Good pressure from the Rockers. Salgado rolls the ball across to Tim Ernst. He looks up, tries to roll the ball in front to Jay White. Billy Ronson there, sniffing around the back. And there's Jay White with a foul. Canton players looking for free kick. And there we have upcoming Rockers games next Friday. The Baltimore Spirit will make their first ever trip to Cobo Arena. Steve Boardman, player who was with the Rockers the first two seasons, will be back on Little Caesars night. 2 for 1 or buy one get one free coupons available at all participating Little Caesars outlets. And then on Sunday, January the 24th, 2 weeks from today, the Dayton Dynamo will pay their second visit to Cobo Arena on Family Day. And tickets available at the Cobo Arena box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 645-6666. Salgado gets the shot in there, and it's saved by Arlaski.
Detroit's doing a great job. All 5 players getting forward into the attack, and all 5 getting back. Canton's calling for a handball on that one.
Yes, a little fortunate maybe there, Marco Rizzi, but Steve Olsen was right on the spot. Didn't see anything wrong with that one. Number 9, Steve Olsen, official closest to us. And Billy Ronson slows it down. Randy Prescott looks for Salgado to make the run. Pumps it into the corner. Salgado, good control on the chest. Plays it off the boards. Back to Rizzi. And there's Scott Garrity making a run. And that one just bisects Garrity and Ernst. And is all the way out now to Alex Tarnosi. And he slows things down. Looks for Bobby DiNunzio. DiNunzio striding forward there. There's John Dugan. And that one's not caught either. John Dugan was looking for the challenge there. There's Tim Ernst, rolls it across to Garrity. Interesting ball there from Scott Garrity. Rather thinking, I think, that Chapman was going to stay on the far side. Garrity, as ever, winning the ball back for the Rockers. Does a great job.
He's always running around in that midfield area, going up, back. Excellent work rate.
And there's the Invaders again getting possession. Rizzi getting the toe in front of Big John Dugan. But the Invaders have it again. Jay White there.
Canton pressuring the
Slides
outlet.
in. Back outside the Rockers zone. Dick McCormick feeds the ball in to John Dugan. Good ball in off the boards there, and Canton once again appealing for something in the box. Troy Edwards getting in front of Andy Chapman, broken up by Marco Rizzi. There's Rizzi, he's got Chapman to his right, Garrett to his left, and unfortunately Edwards comes in behind him and steals the ball away. End-to-end stuff here at the moment. DiNunzio now going forward with pace, and really allowed to go far too far in there. Rockers players backing off. DiNunzio took the ball in from round about the halfway line, all the way in over the other line, just outside the box. Relatively untroubled.
Yeah, nobody from the Rockers seemed to step up to him. They all just backed off. Allowed him to shoot from there, and he beat Brian to the near side there. Brian got a piece of the ball, but not enough to deflect it wide or hold on to it.
Yeah, Rockers players really looking there for some help from each other, which didn't come, but with the score 7-5, the Canton have now narrowed it to a 2-point lead for the Rockers. We'll be back at Cobo after these messages.
Spartan Hockey in Detroit. The battle on Joe Louis Arena's ice continues Saturday, January 30th, 7 p.m. as the University of Michigan and Michigan State University face off in the CCHA regular season matchup. Last year, Michigan took 2 games away from MSU. This year comes down to 1 game. Will the Wolverines make it 3 in a row? Don't miss this year's explosive rematch between these 2 arch rivals. Tickets now at the box office at all Ticketmasters. Sponsored by Chief and Eagle Dealers, Coke, JBL, Miller, WLLZ, and Pass. Hard-hitting, lightning fast, and high-scoring. Detroit Turbos are back for the 93 season. The National Division champs take on the world champion Buffalo Bandits, Pittsburgh Bulls, Boston Blazers, and New York Saints. You can be part of the action for one low price. Detroit Turbos season tickets start as low as $50 and make a great holiday gift. Call 313-396-7575 to order now. Regular season begins January 16th at Joe Louis Arena. For more action, you'd have to join the team.
And we're back at Cobo Arena as Eloy Salgado and Billy Ronson of the Rockers get ready to take the kickoff following the Canton Invaders' 3rd goal, their second 2-pointer of the game, which narrows the score to the Rockers 7 and the Canton Invaders 5. And there's Salgado bringing the ball out there, just looking for the opening, and finds Jay White in support. Across to Tommy Isserov. Rockers slowing the game down, looking for the opening. There's the coach, Brian Tinian, hoping these Rockers can continue the trend of never having lost to the Canton Invaders in 8 games here at Cobo, and to put an end to this mini 3-game losing streak. 2 of those games really tough losses for the Rockers. And we see the scoring summary on the last goal. I think we'll actually find that was Bobby DiNunzio who scored the goal, not Gino DiFlorio. Good save from Finitilo to his right there. Again, Canton Invaders player allowed a little bit too much room there to get the shot away. And Salgado takes the bump right in front of referee Barry Detheridge. Free kick Rockers.
I'll tell you, while we were away at that last break there, that it was a completely different Canton Invader bench during that time out there. I mean, they were pumped up as opposed to the first time. They're back, they feel, in it at 7-5 now. And it'd be interesting to see if Detroit can keep the momentum that they had in the early going.
It was a good ball there from Ronson, just a little bit too firm. I actually think that's one of the problems that the Rockers have had to date, the inability to put teams away when you've got them on the ropes. At 6-0, if you remember back, there was a break. Andy Chapman put the ball inside to Sean Bowers, who couldn't quite get wood on it. That would have made it 8-0. As it turns out, it was only 6-0, and as we come back to the action, we see a second 2-minute penalty called against the Rockers. This one, I believe, is against Jay White. Slid in, caught Alex Tarnosi close to the box. And that one will be another shootout opportunity. And here we see on the far side, Tarnosi gets goal side of Jay White, who comes tanking in there. Well, I've seen those sort of challenges not given in the past, but there's been 1 or 2 of them. Canton have been certainly very vocal in their protests to the officials. That one is given, and we see Gino DiFlorio stepping up to the shootout line for his second opportunity of the game. Remember, 1-point goal if he's successful, and he is. Different route to goal this time. Brian Finnerty conscious of where the previous shot went in, to his left, cuts that angle, but DiFlorio takes it by him to Finnerty's right, still has the angle, and side flips the ball into the net. Now we've got a 1-point game, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see Brian cheating a little bit to that one side where he was beaten last time by Gino, and Gino just pushes it outside then to his left, further to his left, and then puts it in the empty net there. Well, a 1-point game, the Rockers down now, 5-on-4, Canton on the power play. The Rockers did a good job last time holding the Invaders off, keeping them well from the net. Really didn't give up any scoring opportunities or any good scoring opportunities.
Sean Bowers winning the ball there, trying his luck from 3-point land as we catch a shot of Jay White, and I think that's Julia Lacqua. Very hard-working person with the MSA, doing a fantastic job with the World Cup committee, and also with the people staging next summer's US Cup out at the Silverdome. Scoring summary at 8:40, Gino DiFlorio's second shootout goal. There's DiFlorio winding up, looking to do an Eloy Salgado. We saw earlier in the game, Salgado successful from there. DiNunzio into DiFlorio. He'll fire that one in, but Sean Bowers gets a piece of it and deflects it out of bounds for a Canton restart.
If you watch Canton on their power play this time, after last time not being very successful, this time they've gone with 2 players across the top and then 2 players wide. Change things up a bit on Detroit, see if they can get something going that way.
Bowers again with a good block. Great tackle from Sean Bowers. Actually quite incredible that a player who leads the team in scoring also leads the team in blocked shots. It shows you the value of the Rockers' number 10 to his team. Little space there for Casamani. Tries to fire the ball in, but partially blocked by Timmy Ernst. And there's Andy Chapman quickly out of the box. Rockers doing that change very well. And that one's a tough-looking challenge. Looking to see if referee Steve Olsen was going to produce the blue card, but not this time. And you see the Canton power play, second in the league, so very successful unit they have out on the floor, 8 for 18, but so far being shut down by the Rockers. Chapman to Prescott, fires that one in. Oh, Randy Prescott, tough challenge. Chapman, that one just didn't fall for Pfeiffer. Dumped in by Sean Bowers. 2-point goal, short-handed goal. Tremendous finish from Sean Bowers. Rather like a 3-point goal we saw here against the Chicago Power. Similar sort of distance, but that one was just inside the yellow line and really unceremoniously thumped him high into the net past Frank Karlafsky.
Detroit, a man down in this situation, pressuring the ball on the restart. We watch Randy Prescott chase around in here, and then there's the shot there. Sean Bowers just crushing the ball from well out, putting it past the left hand of the Canton goalie.
And it's now 9-6. And those short-handed goals really do help the situation. DiFlorio on his not-so-favourite right foot. That'll be a goal kick for the Rockers. That's Sean Bowers' third short-handed goal of the year, which puts him in second place around the NPSL. And there we see a shot of Mariana Webb, one of the great Royal Oak soccer fans, and Mariana just passed me a note before the game asking me to wish Mr. and Mrs. Carroll a happy anniversary. It's their 50th. Congratulations. I hope you're enjoying the game.
As we see the summary of the last goal, Bowers with an assist to Andy Chapman, and Bowers again up with a header off the throw from Brian Finnerty.
Billy Ronson breaks that one up there into Chapman. Chapman there pushed off the ball by Pisano.
Both teams now back at full strength.
And there's a foul there, some pushing and shoving by Tom Bialik and Sean Bowers. That one's called against Bowers. Two unfamiliar faces out there at the moment for Canton. In addition to Tom Bialik, who doesn't see an awful lot of playing time, we have Leszek Borkowski, number 5, currently being marked by Tom Yisarov on the edge of the Detroit Rockers penalty box. Go back to the action. Pisano fires the ball in, looking for Borkowski, cut out by Yisarov. Ronson knocks the ball forward. Salgado, that one. Another NPSL rule, it's worth noting. The ball cannot be kicked across both yellow lines in the air. Again, that would be an infraction if that happened. You can pass it along the ground across all three at any one time, but it cannot be kicked across all three in the air. Pisano, a long way out, fires the ball in. That one will come to Bowers. Holds off the defender, but can't keep possession. McCormick, far side, Keenan Michael. Jay White knocks the ball out to Salgado. And he takes a little nudge in the back. Oscar Pisano offers the helping hand. Oscar Pisano seeing a lot of playing time here. I know it's the Canton Invaders' third game in 3 days, but Oscar only reactivated himself for last night's game in Dayton with an injury to all-star defender Denzel Antonio. Pisano felt that the team needed a little extra experience at the back. Great competitor, Oscar Pisano.
Eloy there, the pass coming in from Billy Ronson. Eloy trying to flick it with the outside of his foot. Just not able to get to it. Ball goes out of play. Another free kick. Billy Ronson again over the ball here. Sean Bowers in three-point land.
Tommy Isserov low to the right. It goes to Isserov. Plays the ball back out. Ronson with the shot, and that's blocked out in front by Keenan Michael. Back out to Jay White. And Sean Bowers knocks the ball back into Brian Finnerty. Isserov to Bowers. Not a particularly good ball from Isserov. And Finnerty, awkward position there. Can't handle the ball and has to come out and play it. Does a good job there. But Canton back in possession. DiFlorio looks to flick the ball off, but only goes to Isserov. Good ball off the boards there to Ronson. Tries to poke it forward to Salgado. It comes to him via Bowers. Salgado wriggling out of trouble there. Great balance. But it's played forward to DiFlorio. Isserov, tough challenge. Down the boards here. Billy Ronson. Ronson looking for Salgado. Jay White checks back inside. Now he looks far side. Now he looks back. Finds Tommy Isserov.
Jay White making a similar run towards the ball like the one he scored the first goal of the game on. Hoping to get it again.
Just a little bit more traffic in the way this time. Ronson plays the ball into Salgado. Pokes the ball off the glass. And he really is round his man there. Dumped to the ground. Tremendous ability on the ball, Eloy Salgado. Only a little man, 5'7", 5'8". But holds defenders off very well. Billy Ronson over the ball. Bron Pfeiffer trying to make a nuisance in front of the goalkeeper Arlaski. Pfeiffer outside of the left foot, just past the post. And 2-on-1 here. Jay White's going to be in on that one. Good challenge. Finnerty just plays the ball out and allows himself to get back in. Salgado chasing back, tremendous job. And gets well-earned rest now on the bench as Chapman comes out the other door. Chapman strokes the ball in, looking for Jay White. Awkward ball for the keeper. Jay White looking for the free kick there. Chapman. And now Canton back in possession. Pisano.
Jay White attempting to con the referee into giving him the free kick there. Jay White up front there.
No. Con the referee. And that one ends in a free kick. Jay White committing the offence this time. Called by Deathridge. Official Barry Deathridge. Tommy Isserov gets a little piece of that one. Jay White heads on. Cut out by DiNunzio. John Dugan. Tommy Isserov getting in there now. He's going to stride forward. Looks for Jay White inside. And we get a push in the back. Jay was hoping for a yellow line violation. As we mentioned, defensive team cannot take the ball back across its own yellow line. The referee felt that it only went in that direction because Jay White nudged the Canton player.
Jay's playing a very physical and inspired game today. He's trying to, as the captain, set an example. He's doing an excellent job.
Yeah, he's been called the heart and soul of the club, Jay White, and I think that's 100% true. Certainly leads by example. Tremendous inspiration to his teammates. And we see some of the Rockers fans who've braved this awful weather to come down to Cobo to catch this game. Restart. Good save out in front by Finnerty. And there's Bowers, comes tanking forward now, looking to take on DiNunzio. Great powerful run. There it is, Chapman out in front, cleared by Casamini. Sean Bowers really took on all three Canton Invaders players there and still got the ball out in front. Chapman just unable to get a piece of that one.
A good strong run by Sean Bowers there.
There's little lady enjoying the game. And with just 40 seconds left on the clock in the first half, the Rockers holding a 3-point lead Rockers 9, Canton Invaders 6. Ronson plays it to Prescott. He's looking for Chapman, but that's not going to get there. Prescott tries to cut that one out. Can't do so. And it's now cut out. Ronson looking for Chapman in the corner. Olaski. A little ungainly, but he gets the ball out to McCormick. Well cut out by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer finds Prescott. Prescott looking for help there. Oh, good ball in there. Good piece of teamwork. Chapman, great running off the ball. Just 11 seconds left now. Ronson, he's going to have a go for the three-pointer. That one just screws off the outside of his right foot. With 7.1 seconds left on the clock. .1 seconds. Canton will call a timeout here. And probably a quick kick. Get it back to the goalie and send it long down there, hoping for a deflection of some kind to get it into the Rocker net. Yeah, most teams would use that amount of time left on the clock for one last Hail Mary. Back to the keeper, big throw in the hope that somebody can get a piece of it and try and just knock it into the goal. But a good first half from the Rockers. 9-6, leading Canton. Canton, it's been tough for them, having played on Friday night. I might mention a little bit about that game down in Canton. Canton beat an early 8-2 lead. The Rockers pegged it back to 8-7. Canton out in front 13-9 again in the fourth quarter. The Rockers got it back to 13-13 on an Andy Chapman goal with just a minute to play. And then Canton, as has been the custom down at the Canton Civic Centre, got the winning goal with just 15 seconds left on the clock. There's Brian Tinian anxiously looking towards the Rockers' goal. Bowers. I'm hard-pressed to remember when Sean Bowers has lost the ball in the air, Nick.
He can get up for those very well.
Now we see the scoreboard. Detroit Rockers 9 and the Canton Invaders 6. And a little bit disappointing maybe, having built a 6-0 lead and 7-2 lead at the end of the first quarter, but came back well after it was 7-6 there for a short spell. Two shootout goals there from Gino DiFlorio and Bobby DiNunzio getting on the board with a 2-point goal when he went in unchallenged to score at 7-10. That made it 7-6, and the fourth goal of the second quarter, courtesy of Sean Bowers.
A real heartbreaker. When you're coming back, you're to the Canton Invaders, you're coming back, and then it's got to be a heartbreaker for the Canton Invaders to give up that shorthanded goal right when they could have tied it. It was 7-6 at the time, could have brought 7-7, and then Sean, good pressure by all four of the Detroit penalty killers, and great job by them, good shot by Sean.
So, with the halftime activities just about to start on the field, we'll take this opportunity to take a break with the Rockers 9, the Canton Invaders 6.